I believe, every day's a good day when you
Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Who do I have here? Gosu subbing in for 22 months, man. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, dude. It really means a lot. JD Hetzer, Tuvon, Gosu Misfit, Your Raptor, John Lockridge. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Dude, the Muffin Man skit. The Muffin Man? With the painting that. That's adorable. It means a lot, honestly, that I can be part of a meme. I just want to be part of a meme one day. So thank you for that. Let's go ahead and jump in. So the green stickers, the green tape is there. So good luck with that. We are going to assemble this little guy right here. Yeah, we got this guy. Spilt paint pot. What's going on? What is going on? I am so tired right now. I do not feel like painting. So we're gonna assemble a mini. That's what we're doing. I felt like you guys deserved an actual hobby stream instead of a video game stream. So I'm video gaming, but I'm not video gaming. I'm hobbying. Instructions. Not much going on here. Not much. All right. Base. Cool. Yes, Vashtorr. Vashtorr himself. This is a commission. I know Sundays normally don't paint commissions. I have, like I said, I am exhausted. So, I'm just gonna assemble a mini because that's easy. And this guy is cool, and it's a, you know, probably a good little hour and a half, 2 hour project. So we're gonna assemble this dude. I am gonna paint this guy though. I'm excited. Excited. Got more cycle fodder. Excited to be painting along the stream. That's awesome. It's great to know. As TPD, man, JD, you have a very strong opinion about me. While I wish they were all your opinions were true, I'm sorry to say they're not. But contrast paints by their nature transparent. Yes, or I guess translucent, which would be semi-transparent, right? They're not opaque. That would be a contrast. Yeah, some more so than others. So they, no brand or like suite of colors are similar, you know, like completely consistent. So it's based on, like, you know, the pigment and the consistency and all that. But yeah, Vashtorr for dirt cheap last year. Hey, $48, nice. I don't know how much this mini retails for. What's up, Zombie Bunny? How you doing? All right, sweet. Step 1 is putting 10 pieces on the mini. Look at that. Look at that. Step 1. What is that? Step 1. Okay. 1A. Look at this. 1A, 1B. We're not even on step 2 when we're on piece number 12. At least they're numbered in order. So that's good. But we're gonna get this. It should be a fun Tuesday night doubles game with. We're gonna play a normal tournament friend, you know, their friend who's trying out his salamanders. Oh, that's super cool. Start painting minis the first time in 30 years today. Yes, Misfit. I'm so proud. Proud dad moment here. We do a proud dad in chat for Misfit. You guys should have the proud dad emote. Number 1, is that what this is? Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Gosu. Thank you. Yeah, General Disarray, what's up? Yeah, GW's keeping it simple. That's right. 12 pieces in the first step. The mild pain to build, that's good to know. Alright, this is piece number 1. Just going to go over here. I don't think there's anything else on this sprue. Like, there's piece number 9, which we'll need eventually. Okay. A cool hammer. What's going on? Hey, Zen, what's going on, man? What you doing? We're assembling Vashtorr tonight. Not as bad as the Necron dude. You're talking about Saris, right? Illuminor Saris. That mini was a nightmare to build. Oh my gosh. That was one of the most frustrating minis I've ever built. I built that on stream too. Yeah. I know exactly. Yeah, you mentioned it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Alright, we're gonna get these pieces. Oh, Caniac. Oh, that sounds so good. Killing me, dude. Alright, I've had a really busy weekend. I want to tell you guys about some of this stuff. So, I played a game of Horus Heresy today. So that's fun. I baked bread. It wasn't just any bread, and some of you guys probably know what this is, because Zendral knew exactly what it was, which is funny, but I made peanut butter bread. After watching a YouTube short from a dude that bakes weird old recipes, and he baked this, and I'm like, you know what? I was like, I could make this. Painting wife could eat this, and so we're gonna do it. And yeah, sure enough, bake some peanut butter bread. Yeah, Dylan Hollis. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. It's so painful. Does he sound like Winnie the Pooh? I don't know if he sounds like Winnie the Pooh. I don't know. Yeah, Dylan B. Hollis. So he's his channel, his shorts are great. All right, he's got a great channel. The guy found a niche, and he does an awesome job with it. However, some of his mannerisms and like his YouTube-isms get really grating. Yes, cookbook. All right, that dude is super popular. Okay, great. Yeah, well, he makes peanut butter bread. I'm gonna tell you guys, make that peanut butter bread. Here's the only thing I did differently, because I looked this recipe up online. I found a website that altered the recipe just a little bit. And because the normal recipe, it's like a little bit of sugar, some flour, a lot of peanut butter, a lot of baking powder, and some milk. It's a very thick batter. It's like Play-Doh consistency. It's piece number 8. Is there piece number 8 over here? Oh, there is. Okay, it's this thing. The recipe I found it was the same recipe, but they added a 1/4 cup of honey in it. So I put some honey in the bread. Oh my god, it's so good. It bakes like it's like a thick cornbread, like a dense cornbread is the consistency when it comes out. It's a very mild sweetness. So like it's not super sweet, but what I did, me and the painting wife, we did this morning. We took a slice of that peanut butter bread, we microwaved it, and then we put some strawberry jam. It was incredible. It was incredible. Yeah, it tasted like I'm not joking when I say this. It was the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich I'd ever had. There's no mess to it, which is, you know, whatever, it's fine. It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's not like messy, right? But like, it's also just like subtle, and all the sweetness comes from the strawberry jam. Yeah. It's basically, yeah. You put like more peanut butter on it, or you put some strawberry jam on it, or you put honey on it. Like it's, yeah. I've thought about putting some butter in the skillet and skilleting that bread, that peanut butter bread, to see what it would do, if it would like toast. Like, will it toast? That's what I've thought. Making that bread for Thanksgiving. There you go. Do it. Yeah, it's so good. So good. It's weird. Yeah, granted, I have been on like a pretty serious diet for the past like 4 months. So, you know, my opinion of you know, desserts and sweets may be a little skewed. Peanut butter bread French toast. There you go, Sarah. That okay. Right there. All right, the big thumbs up with the knife in my hand. I try to think like, why would I put it in a skillet? Yeah, of course, for French toast. Make French toast out of that peanut butter bread. Yeah. Sarah Elizabeth just won breakfast, everybody. Anyway, I baked that at like 10:30 last night. It was glorious. Apply enough heat and anything will toast. John Elias, thank you. That is some true wisdom for this evening. Cut herself. Scared her friends one too many times, so no. I have cut myself pretty bad with a hobby knife too, but we're being careful. I got a new blade on here too, so be careful. I didn't. I just said put it in a skillet. So French toast. Such a great idea. All right, I want to tell you guys about my heresy game. Okay, if we're allowed to talk about games for a little bit. Man, I played a new video game this weekend too. All right, we got things to talk about. Story time. This is the painting dad gets to vent, talk about all the things. So, and I have a captive audience.
I believe I believe
Hey,
every day's a
face to
good day when
face.
you paint.
Welcome.
I believe it'll bring a lot of good thoughts.
How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Sat on a scalpel while doing a trach in a hospital? I have not. No, no. That is very specific. I'm doing great, man. How are you? I'm tired. I'm pooped, but no, it's been a great day, a great weekend. As long as a big hammer will fix it. Yeah, that's true. That's true, John Elias. Modern day Confucius scholar right here. Also tired am now. Yeah. Well, hey, thank you so much for the raid. No problem if you want to get going and go get some sleep or chill, but if you're going to stick around, I'm going to talk about a Horus Heresy game I played this weekend. It was Thanksgiving at my local store at 2 a.m. Yeah, I thought you were in the UK. I was like, man, what are you doing up this late? You're getting too old for that, man. I am kind of hyped for the new edition too. I think I'm just gonna get the book and the two books that I need for New Middle Earth. But I'm excited. That's something else to talk about. We got a lot of things. We haven't even talked about the preview, guys. The preview show on Friday. Oh my gosh. But anyway, let's do one thing at a time. So, Heresy. We've had a league going at my local store, and it's usually a Warhammer 40k league, and that's fine. I've participated in the 40k league. I haven't played a lot of 40k lately, so I've been enjoying, Horus Heresy and playing some other games. Yeah, so there's not enough time to talk about all these things. This current league, they made the league creator. His name is Sam. His name's Sam, right? Gosh, I feel bad I forget this because I see him quite a bit. And sometimes he's in the stream. So if you're in here, dude, I'm so sorry. Your name is not Sam for some reason. I think it's Sam or like George or something. But anyway, yeah. Had a 30k element to the like whole storyline that he creates and everything. It's crazy. It's pretty wild too. As a time traveling inquisitor, like an Ordo Chronos inquisitor, he's trying to go back into the heresy on this planet and affect the future, like 10,000 years in the future. But he keeps messing it up, and it's making everything worse. It's so great. So. We ended it with Thanksgiving. I think they've done Thanksgiving a couple years now. I haven't. This is my first time going, but it's basically you donate some food or some items that they ask for. That goes to a local shelter, and for every item that you donate, you get 1,000 points, up to 1,000 points. So you can donate a bunch, and you can have a big army that you can bring. Ever trim this piece. Or, you donate one or two things, or you can donate a bunch and not bring a bunch of stuff. It's, whatever. They did a heresy board and a 40k board. 40k board had a solid, 12 people or so playing. Heresy, there was just 4 of us. But the idea is you bring tanks. It's not really a slot. Alright. So it was shopping cart of food and 10k points. Yeah. I took everything I could go Sue. The rules that we kind of came up, the heresy is all pretty relaxed, nothing too crazy, but we said vehicles. So dreadnoughts are included in that. Automatons are included in that, knights, those kind of things. So vehicles, terminators, and that's it. Like flyers were cool. Anything as long as a vehicle, a dreadnought, or a terminator, or like a robot. So I made a list with everything that I had, and I came up to about, it was just over 4,000 points. By the time I made my list, I had already like purchased a bunch of food to donate, so I was like, whatever. I read it initially as bring 10 items and then you participate. So I went out and I bought 10 items, and then I was like, oh, it's 1 item per 1,000 points. That's fine. It was canned food. It's not expensive, and it's for somebody else, you know. So it's all good, guys. So yeah, about 4,000 points, 1,000 suns. All of it was my 1,000 suns except my 1 Lehman Russ tank. I have 1 Lehman Russ Vanquisher for my Solar Auxilia, so I just threw that in there. But I had 20 Terminators. I did take 1 non-Terminator mini, and it was a Legion Pravian, kind of like a Tech Marine, but for like controlling robots. And he joined the my Castellex. Okay, 9, 10, 11, 12. This piece. So let's get to the next ones. So yeah, I had about 4,000 points. There's piece number 10. Let's put that in screen. We'll put that right there. One guy showed up and had about 5,000 points. Costco corporate throw. Yeah, I just got a Costco membership last week too, so that's actually where we bought our canned food. But oh, I spent way too much. Costco. That's a whole other story. But yeah, this guy had about 5,000 points of Solar Auxilia vehicles, like specifically vehicles for Solar Auxilia. He had 5,000 points. It was glorious. Another guy brought Iron Hands, so he had an Iron Hands army, and he also brought Ferrus Manus. So, you know, he had a Primarch, but he also had a Fire Raptor, like gunship thing, and then he had some Custodes jets. He had a super heavy Custodes jet. I didn't know they had like a super heavy jet, but they do. And it has like a destroyer weapon on it. Is really interesting. But yeah, I brought, let's see if we oh, and then the last guy, he kind of borrowed a collection from the third guy. He ended up with a Warhound Titan. He had a Thunderhawk gunship, 2 Baneblades, a bunch of like Armigers, and then a couple like Lehman Russes, and that was his army. He had about 5,000 points, 6,000 points. I think it was closer to 6,000 points, about 10k per side. But yeah, Thunderhawk gunship and a Warhound Titan. So yeah, I brought. Let's see if I can be specific here. I had a Praetor Terminator armor, joined 10 Sekhmet Terminators, 1,000 Sun specific ones, and they all went in a Land Raider Spartan or Spartan assault tank. So there's that. Then let's see, I had my Legion Pravian, who was like a lieutenant, like Forge Master type dude, Tech Marine like guy. The Pravian was joined with 2 Castellex Akia, so I had my robots. I needed a way to control the robots, that was why I took the guy, because they need a Psyker near them. It's a Psyker. So, and he took a Telekine Dome. So he had telekinesis, so he put up a force field. It's cool. I had 3 Dreadnoughts. I had my Contemptor Dreadnought. I took my Contemptor Osiren Dreadnought, and I had a Leviathan Dreadnought. I had... What else did I have? I had 10 more Lightning Claw Terminators that I put in Deep Strike. So I had them pop down on the board. I had my Xiphon Interceptor that was the MVP for me. That thing was just amazing. So Xiphon, I had my, which is a jet. It's like an anti-air jet, basically, like an interceptor. So it was all for naught. What do you mean? Had oh, we got that's step 1A and step 1B right here. Oh, step 1C. Wait, hold on. Okay, we're still in step 1. There's step 1C. Taking both the legs. All dreadnoughts. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I took my Kratos. I had a Sakaran battle tank. I took a Land Raider. This is a Proteus Explorer. It's the first time I've used that mini. My Proteus Explorer. The Proteus Explorer is a Land Raider, and it takes out a lot of its transportation capacity, and it loses its assault ramp, so the front end is covered. But it gains these cool pieces of equipment. One of them is called an augury web, and the other one is called a Vox disruptor. 13, 14, 15. The augury web. What's one now? Yeah, Land Raiders are cool. Yep. The augury web, it lets me choose. You choose like a good or a bad setting, basically. The good setting lets all friendly models re-roll failed reserve rolls. You had a Thunderhawk and my Xiphon in reserve, and the Terminators and Deep Strike. So it was those, giving those a reroll. Or you can turn it on its bad setting, which is -1 reserve roll for everything, friend and foe. And then the Vox Disruptor has a chance to completely mess with strikes of everybody. So I had a Deep Striker, but I was like, maybe I should risk the Deep Strike. I don't know. Okay, and then 17, 18's over here. Yeah, I didn't know what my opponents would have. I just thought, I'm playing a big battle and I'm not putting infantry in it, so I'll just take out the transportation capacity and put the cool like sensor equipment in it. So I did, and I made one guy really upset about it, but he got upset about a lot of things, and I think that just kind of par for the course for that guy. Apparently, is my first time meeting him, but yeah, he was visually upset when he saw that I had the Proteus. The thing was, so here's what he had. This was the Iron Hands player. He took a bunch of tanks. He had some super heavy tanks. He had Ferrus Manus, and he had like a Spartan Assault. Apparently, Ferrus Manus or something, I don't know what he has, but he gets outflank. Like his whole army get outflank, which is like they come in from reserve and they come in like halfway up, or like on one of the sideboard edges. Cool, right? Well, he was gonna do that with his whole army and just keep the rest of his army off the board. Like he had 2 jets coming in. It's a game. It's yeah, I know. Yeah. Don't worry. But it gets better. But so he had this whole like master plan of I'm gonna outflank all of my tanks, and Ferrus Manus is gonna come out and he's gonna kill everything, and I have these Custodes jets that are super OP, and they're gonna come in and destroy everything when they can, because they can deep strike on the board, and all these little things. And I was just like, okay, cool. I have Augury Web and Vox Disruptor, and he's like, all right. He's like, I'm not doing that. So he's sneaky. It really feels like he isn't playing for it, just playing to get an easier win. Maybe a little bit. So yeah, cool. My 250 point tank shut down an entire strategy. But what I did, so I decided turn 2 when reserves were coming in. What else did I take? Did I take anything? That was my army. I had a random Lehman Russ Vanquisher, I think I said. So yeah, turn 2 came around and reserve rolls started coming in, because in Heresy you randomize, like you had to roll a 3 up for your reserves to come in. I decided to turn on the happy one, the positive one, to give both of our reserves rerolls. Me and my teammate, And we got the rerolls. We got all 3 units in. Awesome. This dude rolled for his reserves, and even without a -1 that he would have had, he failed both of the rolls to get his 2 Custodes jets in. Or no, it was 3. He failed for all 3 of them, which was pretty crazy. I was like, all right. Ooh, I guess I didn't need that. So at turn 3, all of our units were in, so I just turned the anti-deep strike stuff onto the negative ones, right? So he's -1, so he needs 4s, and then if he deep strikes, he has to, like, it disrupts really easy, basically. So he decided not to deep strike, and he comes in, and I did see that Custodes won the World Championships. Man, I hate Custodes. So lame. But, how you doing, man? How you doing, Westie's Adventures? Welcome. Yeah, so turn 3, he rolls, and he fails. He fails for all of his units again to come in from reserve. And they all failed on under a 3. Or under a 4. So, like, at the end of the day, my Proteus Explorator did nothing. Nothing except prevent him from outflanking half his army, but nothing, like, real in the game did that tank do. It just, like, scared him enough to not come in from outflank entire army. It would have been funny if, like, his units came in one at a time, though, from reserve, from that big, like, his big outflank maneuver. Like, it could have been really funny. So yeah, that was cool. That's cool. You get Custodes because their participation on Prosper. No, I don't care about that. I don't know. Custodes are cool until they start taking the battlefield. To me, it was kind of like Grey Knights. Grey Knights were super cool when they were, like, inquisitorial strike team that comes down with, like, 1 squad and they clear a planet of, like, Xenos or like demons or whatever. That, like, small, like, elite team mindset is really cool with Grey Knights. And when you're just like, oh yeah, the whole army shows up of Grey Knights, it's kind of like, not as interesting anymore. Just another Space Marine chapter. And Custodes are cool, except, like, they're just that, but more. You know, like, obvious lore reasons GW wanted them to be a full army because they made that one model kit, 10 years ago. It was super popular for Horus Heresy, and they're like, wow, we should bring these guys into 40k. Let's say the Custodes are now out doing stuff. And that's, the rest is history. That's how they became an army, but, like, I don't know. It's just, they're just, like, super duper, like Grey Knights are like super duper Marines. And then Custodes are like the super duper duper Marines, and it's just like, the Grey Knights are like that. Yeah, the anti-demon stuff is cool. Like, when I started in, when I was in 40k, like, early on, Grey Knights were part of Codex Demon Hunters. It was an inquisitorial, like, codex. And yeah, the way they play is trash too. They're getting a new detachment next month. Another thing we'll talk about. But yeah, it's just like they were like, you would take 1 or 2 squads. You take maybe an inquisitorial retinue, like a squad of Grey Knights, and you put them with your army, your guard army, or your Space Marine army. And there were all these rules, like, if you had Grey Knights in your army and you were playing against Chaos, like, the Chaos demons were like soup to the guilds. Like, they hated Grey Knights, but the Grey Knights also had tons of bonuses against demons, so it was like a huge bloodbath when you put in Grey Knights in the army. It was a really cool dynamic with the lists and stuff. And then, like, yeah, them getting their army, and, like, I really don't like Nemesis Dread Knights. I don't like the aesthetic. That's some personal preference, but yeah, just little things are kind of much. It's kind of how everything works, right? The nature of things. Yeah, just play the games for fun. That's right. Unless you really focus down on competitive and you want to do that, then by all means do that. Most of us just here playing for fun. Alright, it's no piece. Not you, it is you. But yeah, game was fun. So we had fun. I had never met that particular opponent before. I'll be honest, probably someone I wouldn't like. I wouldn't prefer to schedule a game with, like just a one-off game. Person was a bit much. Personality was not my thing. However, everybody else there was wonderful. The organizer was incredible. He did a great job getting everything together, keeping things moving. We played simultaneous turns. You guys ever played simultaneous turn Warhammer? It was crazy. I'd never heard of this. This is not my Vashtorr. This is a commission. So it's a great way to play large games, and I might have to try this some more. Yeah. When you play big games, you have to do it. So what you do is you say, okay, it's, say we're doing 40k. Say, all right, it's command phase. Okay, command phase. Everybody does all their command stuff. Every single player. Move phase. Everybody moves everything. And obviously there are ways to game it and like be like competitive and like, I want to move last, or I want to move first, I want to get this thing here, but like, sometimes you just gotta take the good with the bad, I guess. Hey Jace, yeah, you have a great one, man. Go get some sleep. Well deserved. 2 a.m. Yeah, hopefully you're able to sleep in a bit. So like 80,000 points. Or they're doing an event and how huge. Yeah. So yeah, when you get to like shooting phase, what you do is everybody shoots. Everybody. At the end of the phase, you pick up all the dead models. This, like this. Right. So, so you basically go through. Everybody gets to shoot. So your big cool model that you spent 3 weeks doing nothing but painting that model and everything. There is guaranteed going to get shots off once, at least once. There's no dying before it ever gets to do a thing. Is everything gets to attack, and then you pick stuff up at the end. I'm not sure, like, I don't think charges were a big thing because this is all like tank focused, so I'm not sure like you would balance out like big, like multiple people trying to charge in at the same time, or those kind of things. Not quite sure how to do that. But yeah, it's cool. We did simultaneous. A little easier with Heresy because there's no like charge phase. Is there a charge? No, there's no charge phase. Charge in the assault phase, right? Maybe charge. No, there's a charge. Just the beginning of the assault phase. Yeah, since we're playing tanks and stuff, there weren't many charges. There's a lot of just everybody doing their shooting phase when they could. Okay, we finished step 1, guys. Step 1 is assemble Vashtorr. Who would have thought? That's our step 1. Step 2 is going to be clean up your mess. No, step 2 is this arm. Both arms. Okay. 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 32 through 37. That's cool though. Some notable moments from that game. Varys Manus killed a Warhound Titan in melee. In 2 turns, but he did it. So that was pretty crazy. It's 32. After he killed the Warhound Titan, he was trying to clear out like the backfield, basically, or a backfield of some vehicles and stuff. And I kind of yeah. It was crazy too. The Warhound was standing next to this giant like cliff face, and Ferris climbed up the cliff face, and then he jumped on the arm of the Warhound. Like he charged and only made it in range of the arm of the thing, but it was like right like level with the cliff face, right? And so he climbed up its arm and just like smashed it to death. Yeah. Yeah, he was wrecking a lot of tanks. Okay. So after he was killing tanks and stuff, he started walking toward my dreadnoughts. And I said, "Nuh-uh." And so I turned my whole army, and I shot him with some stuff. He died, and what killed him was 32. Okay, I think that's every 6. My little Lehman Russ Vanquisher, my Solar Auxilia, my Ballistic Skill 3 Lehman Russ Vanquisher is what killed him.
I believe every day's a good day when you paint. I believe it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your mind.
Nemesis, what is going on, man? Thank you for the raid. Welcome. It's a chill evening. Painting Sun is asleep right above me, so I gotta keep my voice down a little bit, but welcome in. Welcome, everybody. How are you doing, Nemesis? How was your stream? Imagine the surprise on those tankers' faces. Yeah, they literally just killed a Primarch. I mean, it's not the first time that dude's died, but like... still. Felt good, though. It was the Vanquisher Cannon that did it, too. The Brutal 2 on the Vanquisher Cannon. I thought about bringing Magnus, and I didn't do it. Mainly because I didn't want such a fragile mini around on board. Stream is good. Continuing your Dark Angels Combat Patrol. Nice. That's a good set. Is it the new one or the older one? I'd painted the older one a couple times. Never had the pleasure, or I haven't had the pleasure of painting it yet. Might be able to, I might be getting my hands on it, at least to help out my nephew set soon, so. Don't think that's supposed to be flush. Okay. The old one was the best. It's best Space Marine Combat Patrol. Yeah. I wish I would have gotten 1 or 2 for myself. But this is the new one. Hey, the new one's good too. That's what has like Terminators and stuff, right? It's like Deathwing. Oh, Misfit. Oh man, that is a tough choice. You want to do Thousand Suns, dude? Do you have an airbrush, Misfit? This is 35, this P. No airbrush? Okay. Well, there are ways you can paint Thousand Suns a lot easier than I do it. And make them good, look good if you want the metallic red. Airbrush will just help no matter what, but it's just contrast paint and some gold base coat. Captain and Gravis Arbor 10, Intercessors 3. That's right, Nemesis. You know, that still is a solid box though. Those are all great units. Buy the Gravis armor, Captain, with that. Oh, you got the Battle Force, nice. Yeah, I like the combat patrols that are very general, like that one. Like, that's when I would get. I have 6 Blade Guard and I already have 10 Intercessors, but I would totally get that set. For my Ultramarines. I have been stuffy. We were thinking it's painting. I found out she got some flowers, like a bouquet of flowers. Work with some stuff, and they were all molding. Didn't even see it when we were looking. Yeah, the old one was so good, man. The Dreadnought and the Inceptors. Just throwing pieces. But Misfit, you can't go wrong. You literally can't go wrong with whatever Legion you choose is going to be cool. Just don't do Space Wolves. Space Wolves are the one wrong choice. Oh, the Creep Box. Oh my gosh. Grimmonite. You gonna let me paint that for you? Grim? Grimmonite is the you're the Toy Story meme, right? With Andy's like, I don't want to play with you anymore with the Dark Angels. Well, yeah, I do. It's one of those things. I feel like I can do this as a commission painter. This happens where, you know, I think all of us are pretty similar, where most weeks we can look at the new stuff and you can kind of say, like, I would love to have that. And, you know, you want to collect them, you want to paint them, you want, like, the cool army on the shelf, you know, all that stuff. I feel like one of the greatest things about being a commission painter is I get to experience, like, that whole process of, like, I get to have this mini for a time. I get to paint these minis. I get to, like, get that experience of, like, look what I did. I got to do this, you know, this whole thing with these minis. Whether it was, like, enjoyable or not in the end, like, you know, it's like I got to do it right. This cool new mini. Like, I'm painting Vashtorr here. I'd never buy Vashtorr for myself. It's something I would ever do. But I get to paint this mini. You know, it's gonna be cool. I get to paint all these new Tyranids that I still, you know, still have to paint. But yeah, it's like I get that opportunity to do that stuff, and I think it's great. Like, you know, someone wants to send me new guard minis. If someone wants to send me Eldar, oh man, all those new aspect warriors, I would love to paint an Eldar army with, like, just classic Eldar, like Craft World Eldar. Just in my mind, the Beal Tan is like the best paint scheme. It's so classic. You know, Beal Tan and then, like, the aspect warriors and, like, their classic colors. It's great. I was chatting with my buddy and he even said that, like, if I had to start a new 40k army next year, it'd probably be Craft World Eldar. Is your Instagram? She has no interest in Warhammer. She loved your synthwave Tyranids. Yeah, Misfit. That's what I'm painting right now. I'm continuing on those guys. I'm glad she liked them. That's cool. I forgot to post all weekend. I've been busy. Where in the world? Oh no. There you go, Misfit. There's your 30k Legion. Get World Eaters, dude. I mean, they're not red, but they're still really cool. The one downside to World Eaters from that set is that they're probably not the best pairing for the Age of Darkness set, because they're, you know, it's a lot of Bolter Marines, and World Eaters can absolutely use Bolter Marines just fine. but they don't mesh too well with like the normal theme that you see with World Eaters, even in the Heresy. They like a unit. There's a unit they have. They're called the Spoilers that everybody can get, but they're basically assault marines without jump packs. And World Eaters can they get some like benefits on theirs. They give them chain axes, and you know people really like to field armies of Spoilers as their basic line troops and not tactical marines. You can give the tactical legionnaires, you can give them chainsaw bayonets though. So they end up being like they end up being super deadly in melee, and they have good weapons, and you know they have good rules. The basic legionaries have like good rules for like holding objectives and stuff. So one thing I really like about Horus Heresy, the kind of armies I like, are the armies that are like atypical for a legion. So, you know, I had fun running like a vehicle heavy Thousand Suns army. Like that's not something that you would typically see, or you know, like an artillery focused World Eaters army, or Iron Hands on jet bikes, like those kind of things that are all like perfectly reasonable and happen just enough in the actual Heresy like setting, but people don't like focus on. You drop pictures in Discord. Well, let's see some pictures in Discord. What's this? That set's looking great, dude. It's looking real good. Nicely done. Man, you went helmetless with all of the Blade Guard. Those are some brave troops. Red bolter casings is really good. Yeah, nicely done. Very good work. And that Chaos guy, the Heresy 1000 Fallen Dark Angel, is that the new Chaos Lord mini? Is that what that is? The Chaos Marine? Yeah, great work on your Dark Angels though. Seriously. Love it. I love a good painted set of minis. It is. Okay, cool. Very cool. What else? What we gotta talk about? Here's what we gotta talk about. Alright, this is the important thing. I got a Costco membership and spent a few too many hundreds of dollars there this weekend. However, me and the painting wife, when we went grocery shopping, we don't live near a Costco, so it's kind of a hike to get out to one. But I think I said this last weekend. I don't think I've ever felt so middle class as until I got a Costco membership. It's weird. Zombies through. Okay. Oh, sorry, Zombie Bunny. I do have some extra zombie bits. I have the newer Age of Sigmar zombies. Yeah, I think there's extra bits in those sets. No, we didn't go in hungry. I was not gonna eat a hot dog anyway. Like, I part of me wants to, but part of me is also like, this is not good for me, so I'm not. Okay, Zach says a little right here. Oh yeah, I do like the new Age of Sigmar zombies, the like Deadwalker zombies or whatever. It's a good kit. Really simple. They're like normal, more normal, like human proportions. It's just about half of them have like their coffin stuck to their back, so you got to deal with that weirdness. Yeah, so went to Costco, spent way too much money, but I also feel like I got my money's worth out of there. So we bought a yeah, War Games Atlantic is a company. They're making a set of of generic zombies. The big thing about those zombies that they're making is they have like 115 different heads from all different eras and settings, from like ancient Romans to medieval to Napoleonic to modern day civilian and soldiers and cops, peasants, and just all kinds of different stuff for the heads that change the whole look. You have a Costco 5 minutes away. Yeah, my brother lives like 5 minutes from a Costco, and they're there all the time. My son goes with him whenever he stays at their house. Like, stays the night with his cousins. They always go to Costco. So he always goes there and, like, giant hot dog and drinks a bunch of pop and everything. It's like, it's so cheap, though. That part is so cheap. Yeah, spent a ton of money at Costco, but I also feel like I got my money's worth, which is weird. A weird feeling. At, like, a grocery store. Yeah, I haven't bought a set from War Games Atlantic in a while. I don't think what I got from them was too bad. But they've also been, they've been kicking out like tons of plastic sets and everything lately, so they're really trying to get in there. So, you know, maybe it might be a little better quality. I don't know. Up. This way. It says it goes over this nub. Seeing how it goes over this nub. The picture does not do this thing justice. Chapter 21, Lions in the Forest. Nice. I've heard that's a really good book. What's this? Does arm go on here? It goes under that. There's another nub down here. Look at that. I forgot he had wings. Divide a box of zombies if I don't find parts or some Tyranids. Go at my oh, cool. Okay. Prime Psycho 3 Leapers 20 turns 35. Yeah, that's solid. Yeah, that's like starter set stuff, but that's a good deal though. Okay, and I assume the hammer. There, look at that. Other news. Let's see. Middle Earth stuff's up for pre-order. I'm pretty excited. I'll probably buy the books. The Lord of the Rings armies and the core rulebook is probably what I'll get. Less than what GW sold it for. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Well, hopefully that's worth it. Hopefully you guys are finding good deals. It's always nice to hear. My oldest brother is getting into 40K. Him and my nephew. And my brother he's got some decent money. Him and his wife both have very good jobs. And yeah, I can't comment on their financial literacy or anything, but they seem like they're doing very well for themselves. They're both two very smart people. It is killing me how he is getting into this hobby. Absolutely killing me. He ordered a whole bunch of stuff direct from GW for my nephew for like Christmas, and I'm like, it burned me so bad. I was like, why? There is literally I kept telling him this. I told him this like 4 times. He just does not care. I told him there's a store. It's like a 10-minute drive from him. 10-minute drive. There's a store. They have a deal right now. They just opened. If you spend $100... Oh, I told him. Yeah, I told him. I said, go to this store. I said, it just opened. It's a bunch of great people. It is a local store. Okay? I don't know his values on, shopping local or whatever. I don't know. But I said, they have a deal right now. So they just opened. They're calling like their Herald program or something. If you spend $100 at that store in the next few weeks, $100, that's it. You get permanent 20% off for the rest of your life at that store. On everything. Every single thing in the store. 20% off. I said, dude, if you want to go buy a board game, 20% off. If you want to go buy paints, 20% off. Any miniature you want out of that store, 20% off. If they don't have it in stock, you order it from them and it's 20% off. 20% off everything. I mean, they have snacks. I don't know if their snacks are 20% off. They got snacks in that store too. That'd be funny. Go in there and buy a bunch of candy for 20% off. But I see you get things 20% off. He orders directly from GW. Why, dude? Why? 4,000 points I get. Yeah. So, the local store I have shopped at most of my life in town, it has, they keep track of, your account and stuff, which is how all these places work, right? But their deal was, if you ever spend $200 at one time, it's 20% off your order. But then they have permanent discounts where it's they do 20% off GW anyway. So that's cool. Most of what I buy will be GW or paints, so that's fine. But then it was they track your purchase, and when you hit certain milestones, you get permanent discounts. And so to hit the full discount, which is 20% off everything at that store, it was spending $10,000. And I spent $10,000 there after about 20 years of shopping there. And then new store comes along. I bought 2 board games and I got my 20% discount. So it was a weird feeling. 25 and 26, both of them here. It closed, yeah. Yeah, the store that I've shopped at for so long, it's been open for almost 40 years now. It's an old store. Rookie numbers, I know. Well, past couple years I have spent a lot more than the years prior. So, me being 13 years old shopping at this hobby store, I'm never gonna make that 10 grand, but 35-year-old me as a commission painter buying people's minis for them, also way too much for myself, collecting 440k armies and heresy stuff and all that. Yeah, I make that money pretty quick. Yeah, it's unfortunate though, Nemesis. That's too bad. This have gone to like 14 years. Nice. Yeah. Mine has tracked my purchases, Zombie Bunny, since the first time I shopped there using my own name, which was like 2003. It's crazy. My name is in that system. They could probably go back and figure out what I purchased on certain days. I wonder if I go in there and ask, like, hey, what did I purchase in 2005? Like, if they can go back and see, like, top 5. Don't tell my wife. Yeah. Yeah. When I got my 10,000 number, I was talking to the lady at the cash register, and she's like, hey, congratulations, you hit your hit a 10,000 milestone. I was like, oh god. I was like, do I get anything for that? Like, is there confetti that's gonna fall out of the ceiling or anything? She's like, nope. You get 20% though. I was like, okay. I was like, please just don't tell me. Could have bought 2 full-size trucks, yeah. Just like and wires everywhere. Okay, are we on step 3? We're finally on step 3. Okay, wing, first wing. What we're doing, I think what we'll do is we'll assemble this wing, we'll assemble this wing, and then we'll put them on him. Because they'll need a little bit of time to dry, right? 2K a month, oh my god. Yeah, there's always another board game. Yeah, I agree. I bought my son, alright, going back to the painting son here for a minute. For his birthday is tomorrow, by the way. He's going to be 8 years old. I wanted to buy him a board game. So I went to the new store. This is how I got my $100 thing here. But I went there and I was like, I'm going to buy him a board game regardless for his birthday. So I wanted to find something he could play and we could all play as a family. It seemed fun and like unique and everything. So the game I settled on was photosynthesis. And I think I'd talked about this before. So I got photosynthesis. And Painting Son opened it tonight. Yeah, so he got to open it tonight because we have a super busy day tomorrow, and I wanted him to have time to play it if he wanted to. So we started playing it, and the game is, man, that game is fun. It is really, like, it's pretty simple. There is no randomness. None whatsoever. There's no cards to draw. There's no dice to roll. There's no randomness whatsoever. You see the board state. Know what's happening. Yeah, it's nature is what it is. The trees don't actually fight. It's you're just competing to like complete the life cycles of trees against up to 3 other people. I will tell him that you said that you said happy birthday goes soon. But yeah, it's there's so I'm looking forward to playing that more. We played almost an entire game this evening. Yeah, I'm excited. He's got more gifts tomorrow, but I figured he had a busy weekend, so slow down, play a new game. He gets to open a gift. Store though had 10% military discount. Overseas I kept ordering Magic the Gathering boxes, so I got the extra 10%. My friends got to use my account too. Yeah. My friends do that with my account sometimes also, and I don't mind as long as people aren't like using it, you know. Yeah, my local store does a 15% like military and like civil servant or whatever discount, like EMS and like first responders and stuff. This direction, this thing goes. That, okay. It doesn't. That stinks. It's too bad. Assume this one does the same thing. It looks like it. Yep. This piece. fully stocked too. Yeah. You may have. Yeah. They stock mail order stuff. That's really cool. Right. First wing. This is his left wing. Set that over here on the right side because that's how things work. Next one. 41, 42, 43. That's 41. I think this mini might be a good candidate for some noosh. Like we really do up the silver. Paint up the silver and then we go back and we put all the other details in. I think that's what needs to happen here. It looks sick. Nice. Nice. Thank you. D-Slayer, what's going on? You know, I am curious. I'm curious. Need to free up some commission time in February for me. Yeah, I can. I'll make sure. I just got another job today. A pretty big project, but I think it's one that'd probably paint pretty fast. But yeah, schedule's always filling up, dude. It'd be nice just to like grab something from someone, just like paint it that day, you know, but not how it works anymore. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I am. Nothing much. Alright, alright. Good. Hopefully you're having a good Sunday evening. It's fine, yeah. I won't spend that much time on it. I don't spend that much time on minis anyway. For me, a big part of enjoying painting a mini is finishing it. So it's taking me too long. And Middle Earth minis are super quick to paint up. So, yeah. Because they're like natural looking. It's great. I love a mini that has like an actual like live action costume. It's cool. Getting to painting 4 hobbits, getting to paint a ring wraith, and then all the terrain and stuff. I'm not sure if I'll need to use like more material on it and everything, but I'll have to see. Did you see the feet? Yeah. Shut up, man. I saw the feet from the original sculpt. It was horrid. Print line mess. Couldn't even tell they had feet on the bottom of their legs. Guns and armature together for an Imperial Knight. Gap filling plasma gun. 4-piece back. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry, Zen. Hey, you get to paint. Did you pack a couple extra minis for yourself, Zen? Just, you know, put a little Marvel character in there. If you got some downtime one evening, you know, just go up to your room or whatever and just hang out and paint. Yeah, there you go. You should, man, because you might want to paint this week. That's when I always find I want to paint the most. I almost spilled my plastic cement. Partially constructed with custom arms. So, alright. Preview show. What'd you guys think? Give me your opinions on the preview show. Friday's GW preview show. And the stuff they showed. All the things. What'd you guys think? I personally thought it was great. Sister of 3-year-old can't paint the minis you printed for me. Oh no. You think the 3-year-old's gonna want to paint with you? Should you have brought extra like trash minis or something? Just some like fodder to give to the kid, and have her mom give her some like craft paint and stuff. Okay, well, did nobody watch the preview? What's going on here? Yeah, well, I mean, tell her that this is something that you plan to do with the oldest, and she's looking forward to it, and you know, I think that should be their time. And I guess maybe find something else that you can do with the other one then some other time, I guess. I don't remember yesterday, to be honest. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So some things they previewed for 40k. Death Core of Krieg. So Death Core of Krieg are coming. And yeah, I mean, kids need time away from their siblings. Like, that's important, and that seems like she, you know, she looks forward to that and everything. So yeah, and maybe next time you're bringing an extra mini or something, you'll paint with a 3-year-old for a little bit. Have fun with that. I did that. it's exhausting. Just gonna lean you up against that. So, all right, Death Core of Krieg coming to 40k. They look really good. Here's my opinion, because I have been hearing some different things about the Krieg, and I agree with them to an extent. To me today, Assenbring, nice. Yeah, see, that's important. Like, that's something she's gonna remember too. Like, that's a big deal. So, cycle pile there. So the I'm gonna talk about Horus Heresy vehicles here in a minute, but the 40k stuff, the Krieg. I have heard people say that the Krieg are not grimdark enough. Like, the Forge World Krieg had a particular dark and like somber tone to them, and the 40k ones don't. They're too bright, and I agree. I agree, and I honestly, this is the old man, I think, speaking here from me, and like, I hate that I'm saying these words. It's the studio paint job. The studio paint job is hurting those minis. It's making them look worse. Like Weenie Hut Jr. What is that? Yeah, the mutant feet. Like, they've always had the mutant feet. The thing about the Forge World Death Core, all right, you look at the Death Riders, and you have this like iconic silhouette of those Death Riders where it's like standing still. You know, the horse is just standing still, and the rider's just on the horse with his lance up. And the paint job is so gritty, where like you feel like, oh, okay, yeah. See, I never watched SpongeBob, so, but like you, this thing go. It's okay. But like you can feel how like gritty it is. You're like a year older than me. I don't even want to hear it. I didn't have cable, dude. I was poor. It's cable having rich kids over here. Yeah. Classic Krieg, very gritty, almost like emotional. No, it's like depressing when you look at them, like their poses, their posture, the the paint jobs, I think, mainly were the thing that made what they are. Like the, you know, and their lore, obviously, you know, like the Siege of Rax is just insane. Yeah, 1912 looking 1912, yeah. Yeah, incredible feel out of Krieg, and I think that's one of the big things. The new paint jobs, just they're too clean. This I think I've been feeling this lately, but I've been liking the studio paint jobs less and less. Or G-dubs. and they're too bright and colorful. They're painting minis to show off sculpted detail. That is the sole purpose. And they just don't have the same like emotion or quality. That the older stuff did, the older actual Forge World minis. But I think with the right paint jobs, same paint jobs in different colors. Yes, yeah. That's all paint jobs, right? Yeah, everything has like that bright kind of like tone to it and everything, and yeah, I think it's the studio paint job that's making them look worse than the actual models do. Like that Command Squad looks incredible. The Commissar is one of the two, I think, like best minis of the 40K stuff that they showed. Yeah, just the paint jobs on the minis. The Death Riders in particular, I do not like the way their horses look with the paint job. I think they're too animated too, but you know, like horses are gonna run eventually. So with the horse in a running pose, if it looks a little strange, like it's a horse. I don't know what to tell you. They showed a ton of Eldar minis, Chaos and Lead. Yeah, a ton. The Eldar minis for 40K, they had what, three new aspect warriors, or updated aspect warriors. So the are they fire dragons? They showed off new fire dragons. They showed off new swooping hawks. And they showed off new warp spiders. The big thing about that, and they also had Phoenix Lords for all three of those. So the big thing about that was the Phoenix Lords, the Warp Spiders never had a Phoenix Lord. That was one of their things, was they never had one. So they have a Phoenix Lord now. And their Phoenix Lord mini looks incredible. That mini, that Phoenix Lord, the Warp Spider one, is a mini I would buy just to paint. I have like 3 minis that I would ever consider to buy just to paint and not to do anything. That's one of them. Variation, style, and motion of their work. Eldar paint exact. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying, JD. So yeah, it's all that same like I don't put a lot of grit on my minis either, so I'm sure there's there's plenty to criticize on my minis. But it's just everything is specifically painted to show off the sculpted detail, to say, hey, look, there's a lot of stuff on this mini, and we're showing you that there's a lot of stuff on this mini. An old Forge World did not do that, guys. Assembled Vashtorr. He's a little guy. Not super tiny. He's little guy. It's a cool mini though. Yeah, they showed Azerman and Fuegan and is it Baharoth? That's the swooping hawk. It's something I gotta look up. Hold on, we gotta look this up. I need to scroll back. So I gotta find this post here. Okay, here we go. A couple months ago. Okay, no, this is October 13th. I posted in the general chat in the on the Discord this whole list of rumors. Here's this list of rumors. All right. Azurman is not an insurance company. There's Baharoth. Yeah, their lineup is great. Yeah, Eldar at this point, fantastic. Fantastic. 40K rumors. New Red Gobbo mini came out. Krieg Wave with a Commissar. So we got the Commissar in the command set. Captain on Horse, Heavy Weapon Squad, Command Squad, Death Riders, World War I Artillery. Spot on. That rumor was perfect. They just didn't have the engineers, but everything they said was right. Eldar Wave, Azurman, Fuegan and new Fire Dragons, new Phoenix Lord for Warp Spiders and new Warp Spiders, Baroth, and new Swooping Hawks. Now so all those are correct. These rumors also say that there's going to be new Prince Uriel. There's going to be Eldar Corsairs. Some will have jump packs and a Corsair Warseer. And also Eldar Viper vehicles, which is a vehicle redesign. So it looks like Eldar are going to be getting even more minis. Every edition Eldar get like 8 box sets. This is insane. An insane amount of stuff they're getting. This same rumor list has Emperor's Children, or Imperial Knights is getting a new Armiger. New Armiger is possibly coming. Looks like there's a good chance because all that stuff was spot on. Eldar get love every edition, Chaos and Lead. Every single edition, Eldar get tons of new stuff. They have Emperor's Children, Plastic Fulgrim, new Lucius, Noise Marines. So that's what they have listed here for Emperor's Children. Space Wolves, a new Logan Grimnar, but he doesn't have a sled anymore. No Santa Claus anymore for Logan Grimnar. Probably Primaris Logan Grimnar. They also say that Codex Demons of Chaos are gone, which I think it's all but confirmed. All but confirmed by GW. If you did not see that preview, you didn't see the preview. One of the things they talked about was, GW does the Advent like rumors. If you guys remember that, like every day they show off little new like teaser rumor thing. Like their Tuesday rumors, but they do that every day in December as an Advent. Their Advent this year for 40k is going to be a new detachment for every single faction. So every faction is getting a new detachment. They're very specific. They said that these are not going to replace any detachments and codexes. It's going to be in addition to any current attachments. And any codexes that come out in the future will not replace this detachment. So this detachment that comes out for every faction is going to be separate and its own thing. Every single faction. On top of that, Deathwatch are getting a detachment, which they had mentioned before, but Deathwatch lost all their detachments, and now they're getting a detachment. And Demons of Chaos are getting 4 detachments. So they specifically called out Demons of Chaos getting 4 detachments. They're getting a detachment for each Chaos God. And so they're going to have a general demon detachment and a Chaos God specific demon detachment. Which to me is saying that the Demons of Chaos Codex is gone. They're going to do mono god codexes. There's going to be a Slaanesh Codex with Emperor's Children and Slaanesh Demon. There's going to be a Tzeentch Codex with Thousand Sons and Tzeentch Demons. There's going to be a World Eaters Codex with the same thing and a Nurgle Codex. That's what they're going to do. If you want to run just the demon side of it, you have the codex available, or the detachment available in from the Advent calendar. So I am pumped about that. I love that idea. I was hoping they would do that years ago. So it was like a detachment rule set other than model. Yeah, it's the rule set is the detachment. Yes, Hetzer. Yeah, it's not like a special box set. It's a free PDF. I don't know if it's I think it's a PDF with just the detachment rule. So a different way to run an army. Yeah, Chaos and Lead, this is your night here. So that's 40k. 30k had 4 things announced. Solar Auxilia is getting another wave of minis. The Malkador Infernus is one of my favorite tanks in like all of Warhammer. I want one of those just to have it. But Malkador Infernus, I will use it in a battle. I don't care, I'll use it just fine. But Malkador Infernus, really cool. You have the tank hunting Malkador. It's just a giant like destroyer weapon on the front. and the little Arvis, the little flying brick that holds like 10 people and has no guns. So that's cool. And they had another Daredeo set. So the boat dreadnought has new weapon set, which looks good. The Volkite and the Lascan. The Lascans are really good in the game. The Lascans and the plasma cans are like the 2-1. Both really good. That's cool. The old world, they didn't talk about anything. They announced Empire's getting their book, but that's fine. We all knew that. No, I thought, oh, that was a cool preview. That's nice. It's nice when they have good things to show off, but I think when they do these big previews and they hype them up every single month, they just don't have the stuff to show people, right? It just doesn't exist. JD Hetzer, for the most part, in any official capacity, no. 30k stuff cannot be used in 40k. Yeah, GW did this weird thing where they separated out mini lines. So they're trying to completely separate all of 30k and 40k, where they don't share any miniatures. And they're doing the same with like Age of Sigmar and the Old World too. They made a lot of weird decisions that says that, you know, like you can't use the armies that exist in Age of Sigmar for the Old World, even if they share like mini stuff. It's a whole strange thing. A bit of everything, so we can probably piece together a list for each. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. One of these days I'll get some Chaos Minis. Chaos Demons for my my Thousand Suns. For 30k. But not this day. I have enough to paint. I broke a Thousand Suns mini last night, so I put him back together. He fell off his base, so I put him back on his base. I don't know if he's on there properly, but I don't even know where my focus is. This is my Legion champion. Sometimes a Praetor. Oh, yep, dropped him. Dropped him last night. He popped off his base. Felt like older reveals from a couple years ago when they actually showed a ton of stuff. It did. Yeah, I agree. Just to sell more minis is not very strange. I mean, part of it is strange because, like, from like a business standpoint, think of like economy of scale and like production and everything. And would it be easier to make 100 of one type of set? You know, you load up the mold, you secure it in place, you make that, you print out this, you know, 100 boxes to make this 100 sets, and you sell that, and that can be used in literally 4 different games. Okay, so people playing from any one of those games are buying those demons, or if someone already plays demons, they're buying books for all 4 games to play, right? Or is it better to make 25 boxes of 4 different, completely different molds that you have to switch out, and you sell each of those to only the people playing that specific game? I don't understand how that logic works out. $2025 purchaser looking like the Krieg box, maybe Iron Jaws. Nice, very nice Kryptonite. That, I'm not super impressed with the Krieg box. Like, I'm sure it's a good value, but man, I just want infantry. I hope they put out a Krieg infantry squad and they just pull that kill team sprue out of it and they sell that box like really cheap. I hope they do that. You just get like a basic squad of Krieg. Because it's a good box. I mean, it's riders and artillery and stuff. It's cool. It's a little show off of what they have, but I like the sets that are like super general. Right? Want more minis, so keep some. I mean, it's fair. Yeah, it's fair. I wish I could just paint my own minis all day, every day, you know? Then I would have so many. See how it comes in the volume that they do sell. Yeah, that's true, but like, I don't know. I still think like that applies in some way. Yeah, new combat patrol be Krieg based. That'd be crazy. Yeah. And with just infantry, if it complements that starter set really well, that'd be great. A bunch of infantry and stuff. A command squad and infantry, maybe another bit of the engineers or something. I mean, even still, Hetzer, if you're making 50,000 or 40,000 boxes of one, or do you make 10,000 boxes of 4 different ones? I mean, GW sells their minis, right? Like, they don't sit on a shelf, but I don't know. I am not the capitalist here, so job is better. You don't have to find somewhere to put all your minis. That's true. That's true, Chaos and Lead. Yeah. Painting wife would probably literally kill me if I just kept painting minis at the same rate, but they all stayed in-house. That'd be nuts. I would need to buy a separate location just to hold all my minis. At some point of all, you're not saving that much. Yeah. You're also talking about like stocking like storefronts too, like paying for shelf space, especially when they own a lot of their own stores, which, you know, may be a minuscule part of their income. The man cave, it's a storage container. Yeah, it's a 52-foot trailer. What it is. Yeah, you know, and Hetzer, I have to imagine one of the big reasons they do this, and I have noticed this with local stores, I bet you guys have probably noticed this past like 3-4 years, the amount of games that GW is selling. So let's talk about third-party retailers. GW has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 big games, 8 like main, like money making games, right? Whether they actually make a profit for GW or not. There's 40K, Age of Sigmar, Heresy, Old World, Necromunda, Kill Team, Legion Imperialis, and Middle Earth SBG. Okay, 8 games. If every one of those games has their own miniatures, their own packaging, dozens of factions each with multiple box sets of miniatures they need, how much shelf space do they take up? Normally, I think with a normal corporation selling in normal like department stores, that would be expensive because, yeah, okay, a Blood Bowl, Warcry, yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, so a dozen games, all right. Other game, Underworld's the other game, yeah. When you have to pay for aisle space and shelf space like at a Target or a Walmart, they wouldn't do that. They would never do that, right? They would cram everything in as in a single box and limit the amount of space they take up, and that's what they would do. Instead, they're selling through independent retailers that are small stores that don't charge for shelf space. Stores that need to sell Games Workshop product to stay in business, not the other way around, right? So what that gives Games Workshop the opportunity to do is to just push out as many bloated, massive boxes as they want, and they take up a huge amount of real estate in a store. And they tell the store that you have to stock something for every single game that we sell. And if you don't, you can't sell our products. So these stores are forced to take up half of their storefront space with just Games Workshop products. And that doesn't leave room for stuff like Bolt Action, or like War Games Atlantic, or these little games that would come around that people might pick up on a whim because they have cool looking miniatures. Those aren't making it into the store. There's no space to carry that stuff in the store. So it's probably more of a monopolistic practice from Games Workshop, but they're not even using their own stores to do it. They figured out that it's cheaper just to push that huge amount of crap on independent retailers, and then Games Workshop doesn't even have to pay rent. Yeah, I think that's the real reason they do that. I think it's more of a long-term strategy to push out competition. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Hetzer. Yeah. Ooh, it's so predatory when you think about that. Like how devious that is, that they just take up walls and aisles of space at these stores. And I think we've all seen it. We've all seen like those games that used to be in the game store, 15 years ago that just got pushed. There's no room for it. It doesn't sell as well, so there's no room. They're the ones that don't make the cut because Warhammer the Old World has boxes of, instead of a box having 10 infantry or 20 infantry, it's 40 infantry, and it's in a massive box. So when a retailer only orders one box at a time, that box takes up a ton of space. It's a game of like inches, but when you're carrying 250 boxes of GW product, that's taking up a ton of space. Yeah, that's really smart, but that is also, man, that's super predatory. Yeah. Vashtorr, base coat it, silver, noosh. Yeah, overbrush silver back on. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Try to make his metal look really gritty. All this stuff like really mucked up, and then we come back on the flesh and everything later. I think that's what I do. Do a lot of brass bits in here too. Like do a couple metallic colors and then noosh it. Yeah. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna call the stream. You just make boxes so big they take up the whole store. Exactly, Chaos and Lead. It sounds stupid and ridiculous, right? Yeah, it sounds so ridiculous, but that is a legitimate strategy that I think Games Workshop is in a unique place to take advantage of. Because again, they're not selling in big retail stores that charge them for space. They deliberately don't sell in department stores because they have to pay for that real estate. Yeah, Zen, yeah. My brother not going to the store. It's killing me. It's killing me. I want to support the store too, right? Like, I want to do that. And the fact that he won't drive like 10 minutes to go to that store. He lives right there. He does have a store closer to him, but I don't think that store offers a discount though. It's just their entire back wall, yeah. It's crazy. Crazy how much space this stuff takes up. Yeah, guys. I'm gonna call it there. I am exhausted. I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna celebrate Painting Son's birthday tomorrow. He has fencing practice tomorrow. They had to change it. It's normally Thursdays. They changed it to Monday. He is loving it, by the way. Absolutely loving fencing. But they do some kind of birthday celebration. I have no idea what it is. So, we'll see. Your birthday when you're at practice. But it'll be cool. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I'll be streaming, and I think we're going to be painting more Tyranids. So, we're going to set this guy down. We'll get back to him in a little bit. But yeah, I will. I'll see you guys. Yeah, Zen, I'll see you tomorrow. I will have bread for you. I have peanut butter bread for you, sir. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening. See you all Tuesday.